am I hitting the mark with what you kind of wanted to hear this morning? Reinforcing some ideas. Okay. I got some vertical heads. I got some. It's too early. So what I've got is a couple, some use cases that you probably already know, but again, it's the idea of what is possible. Allows you to kind of say, all right, let's break down some barriers here and go from one to the other. Distance learning. We've talked about distance learning. Back, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, distance learning was, I've got this big room here, and I've got ISDN lines that are coming in here, and in order for me to make a video call from this room to that room in another district, I had to sacrifice a chicken in order to get it, and to bribe the IT guy to come in and get everything set up, right? You laugh. You've been there. I can tell. Today, and we can show this downstairs, is a push of a button. One button to push, walk into a room, push the button, and now you've got a conference call built like that. Go up to a desk unit and put in somebody's phone number and make that call, and now all of a sudden I've got a video call from my end station to somebody out there. Making it very simple. And when we have simple and easy to use, all of a sudden people start to use it. People say, hey, it's not rocket science to make this video call. I don't have to sacrifice chickens in order to make a video call and have not just a point-to-point call between me and you, but now a video conference call with 5 other districts, making it a whole lot simpler. Being able to do that distance learning stuff because now it's simple. Distance learning, we talk about it in that classroom and bringing the students together. How many of you, and I know that this is in some districts, have kids that are on long-term suspension at home for whatever reason? Or they've got a medical problem that they're out, but they're a bright, engaging student that you need to keep engaged with what's going on. And just reading ain't going to work. Now being able to provide, hey, now a video camera in the classroom that they can still see their peers, and in their home, inexpensive, like on their laptop, they've got a video camera and they can fully engage you in what's going on, both in the classroom. And be able to then, hey, turn it around and they've done some stuff on their laptop and they can present their results to the rest of the class. Stuff makes me shiver all over. And there's a bunch of different capabilities that are out there. Pieces of the puzzle that Cisco's been able to put together. WebEx. How many have used WebEx within the past 3 months? I'll put you in on a little secret. It's going to be even better this summer. They're doing some new things with high-def capabilities. The idea of being able to capture or actually create a meeting place area in your WebEx cloud so that you can share easily that recorded conference call or video call and actually share it among people. A whole lot simpler. Telepresence. Cisco has gone in and said telepresence Video conferencing is their term of the past. Telepresence means that I've got a more personal environment. Video conferencing is in the past is doing that old sacrifice the chicken to get it working. Telepresence is, it's simple. It's high definition video. It's the case where in some of their immersive rooms, after about 5 minutes in the room, at the end of the conference call, you want to handshake the person that's on the other side of the table, except that other side of the table happens to be in India. You lose the idea that they're that far away. I've been in some of the where I've heard a fire truck in the background, and I hear the fire truck go from left to right. So I know where that fire truck went in relationship to that person at the other end. That's kind of spooky, but that's telepresence. And being able to say that when I do that telepresence, being able to capture it as an interactive whiteboarding that the next person is going to do, and being able to then share that within the classroom. And be able to share it in such a way that the video and my mouth and the words that are coming out are in sync across the library. And what does it build? It builds that collaboration, that knowledge base for the next class, for the next generation, for all of us to then feed on and be used. Arkansas, they're able to combine all of their distance learning capabilities with, they got some federal grants, they got some state grants, being able to partner with the best in all of the school districts and being able to put it together to leverage that payback, that chargeback, that capability to say, hey, you know what? We can leverage this for our kids. And it's all about our kids. Well, actually, it's all about your kids. My kids are grown. I don't have to worry about that. And they're not married. They don't have any kids on the way yet, so I got a long way to worry about that. The idea here is by able to having that enabling technology, they're able to get better school outcomes for their students. More importantly, and this is kind of key here, with that capability, their students are better able to compete with people from upstate New York, people from California, for those out-of-state colleges. They're able to compete better. Professional development. You all have to go back and get recertified or take tests or take classes. Here's a young one that knows, said, oh God, there goes my summer for the next 10 years to try to keep up to date. And if you're an English teacher, you don't have to worry about it. Chaucer wrote all that stuff and it's still good. The words don't change. Math teacher, science teacher, man, you've got a problem because it's changing all the time. Being able to leverage the technology to say, hey, I don't have to drive to Syracuse all the time. I can do that virtually. Or the best classes are in UB in Buffalo, or at RIT or RPI, and take it, but I can still attend those classes virtually. The University of Phoenix, I dare say there's students in the upstate New York, and there may be some of you that are taking classes today. Anybody go out on campus? but they're able to keep up to date, and they're able to keep their teachers, keep them educated, keep them up to date, keep them informed, keep them engaged with their peers around the country and around the world. WebEx keeps coming up here. Quad, this is Cisco's capability of a new way of doing a virtual desktop, meaning allowing you to play around with it. I've played with it a little bit, it drives me nuts. But it gives you the capability of, and this is the IT guy's point of view, is doing that PC refresh every 3 years. Now, with Quad and some of the other virtual technologies, I now only have to do that refresh maybe once every 5 years. Or maybe not at all. Because the hardware base is okay. I just upgrade the software in a nice playpen sandbox somewhere, and then push out the updates to the teachers, and I don't have to worry about, what's going on. Better control. Show and share. This is the idea of being able to capture this podcast, this video, and then turn around with the media experience engine and post that in QuickTime, Windows Media Player, Adobe Flash, in a single pass. And oh, by the way, has the ability to also tag who are the speakers, do a speech-to-text translation of what's going on, and allow that to be searchable. And put that in your own show and share server, or put it on your web page, put it in a library of best sessions. And if you put this in one of those best sessions, I will be really surprised. And then finally, call presence. What we talked about. I'll give you a second to read through this. The idea here is that the tools are now out there in order for this to be done. I think one of the key results here, reduced traveling costs in upstate New York in the winter. Does anybody have, well, not this winter, obviously. Anybody have a problem with winter travel? Or, darn, there's a great thing going on up in Syracuse or in Albany. Oh, but it's going to be on February 3rd. We know what happens on February 3rd in upstate New York. Now, do a virtual. I actually had a bank that put in a video conferencing system. And the justification for that was they had a managers meeting once a week for their 15 branch managers. Each branch manager had an hour to hour and a half drive one way to get into this one conference room. He paid for the video conferencing system by looking at the productivity increase, because that was 2 to 3 hours a week that he was able to get back to his managers. And to get back to your teachers, because now they don't have to drive. Your per diem of having them to drive someplace for this conference. Of course, you wanted to see me anyways. You wanted to. Another program was to take, again, telepresence and be able to move that to a point where it makes it easy to collaborate with other master teachers, or that new student teacher that just came out of the SUNYs or one of the other schools, and be able to have them interact with their peers, their newbies in other districts, again, follow-up training, that master teacher to the new people. And in this case, it was designed by teachers for teachers. What better way to get them engaged in the whole process? Excuse me. We're all up against budget cuts and shrinking budgets and all the other limiting factors. Well, let's change that around and say, this gives us the opportunity to expand and think outside of the four walls and expand the ideas of how do we share information, how do we get the information out. It forces us into that. So what do? Well, we use the technology. And what drives some people nuts is, wait a minute, it's going to cost me, $200,000 to do all of this. Why? I said, but that's the upfront cost. And yeah, that's a big nut. And we can help you figure that out. But on the back end, you avoid this cost, and this cost, and this cost, and this cost, and this cost. And you retain this teacher, and you retain this teacher, and you bring in new teachers that want this. And we're able to leverage the capabilities across not only your district, not only your school building, if you've got multiple school buildings. I went K through 12 in the same school building. That happened today. They were using the technology, using the tools. We're leveraging and we're getting the information out, and we're able to deliver the specialized classes to the schools that need them, when they need them. And we recover the cost because now the students aren't missing it. And I'm sure that there's a clever bean counter out there that says, hey, that student, yeah, he wasn't in school, but we know from his video logins that he was in the classes. It may have been at 9 o'clock at night as opposed to 9 o'clock in the morning, but he was in those classes. And therefore, hey, Mr. Taxman in Albany, give me the money because I can click him on, I can add them to my list of people who attended. I'm sure somebody's going to figure that out. And again, we're able to keep the traveling costs down because they're not traveling all over the place to get the job done.